What were you offended by? Well, that may well be the most operative question this election year, unprecedented as it is in its lowbrow discourse produced by crass propagandists, particularly as it relates to the Trump-Vance ticket, but also as it relates to the host of today's table-turning video from Fox News. It features snarky Trump-a-fant Jesse Waters, a man so secure with his own cojones, he famously says stuff like this.
We don't know who she is. We don't know what she believes. She's going to get paralyzed in the Situation Room while the generals have their way with her. Right now,
Jesse Waters.
Jesse.
Yeah, that's a man's man right there, all right. Well, in today's featured video, said man's cojones are handed forcefully back to their rightful owner, Jesse Waters, by Jessica Tarlov on the topic of IVF. And she does it in front of the world to see, and now you and me, thanks to the 5 on Fox. But before we watch this mainstream media emasculation, let's briefly watch today's man of the world do what he does worst.
Who are you going to vote for?
Clinton's wife.
Clinton's wife has a name. What is it?
Oh, man. I'd forget it.
Snap out of it.
What do you think about Donald Trump?
I don't like it. He has a big mouth.
He can say what he wants. It doesn't really affect me. And I don't think he's going to win, so.
Trump has been beating up on China. How does that make you feel?
Speak! Why don't you speak?
Donald Trump beating up on China at the debate. Is it the year of the dragon? Rabbit? Who are you going to vote for?
I really don't want to vote for Trump, so Hillary.
So China can keep ripping us off.
I'd like to just ask the Chinese for a formal apology. This coronavirus originated in China, and I have not heard one word from the Chinese. They have these markets where they're eating raw bats and snakes.
What a guy, right? Well, let's check out this exercise in right-wing tone deafness and male electoral dysfunction syndrome, or as it's medically termed, Fox-induced EDS, as evidenced by its brave poster boy Jesse Waters, who, as we're about to see, goes kind of limp when Ms. Tarlov responds with straight and hard answers about her reaction to his boy Trump's mansplaining IVF at his recent, the Faulkner-focused induced town hall. Let's watch as Jesse's prepubescent and pathetic titters of laughter quickly go silent.
What were you offended by? Let's hear it.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you asked. I was offended by him calling himself the father of IVF and then saying that Senator Katie Britt is young and fantastically attractive, as if that's relevant at all to her concerns about her friends who have used fertility treatments in order to become pregnant. I was offended by the fact that he was asked by a voter, why is the government involved in women's basic rights? And he answered with saying, I think it's great. For 52 years, all the legal scholars, the best legal scholars, Democrats, Republicans, both of them, have wanted to get rid of it. And that's what I've done here. That is not at all how the legal scholars feel or how the American populace feels. And to the questions about lowering the prices of things, again, no real answer. I'm glad I know more about how donuts are made or whatever was going on there. But I don't think anyone walked away from that thinking that he had any sort of empathy for what's going on in women's lives all over the country. I mean, he kicked it off actually by kind of laughing at the Amber Thurman story. There was, Harris brought up that the family had put out a prebuttal, and he laughs and he says, we're gonna have higher ratings, which seems pretty cruel. You could use that moment to say, I am so sorry that that young woman, a mother of a 6-year-old boy, lost her life.
Yeah, well, only a good man would say that out of respect to Amber Thurman's tragic death. Instead, Donald Trump said this as Harris Faulkner gleefully grins from ear to scraggy ear.
Amber Thurman's family have come out on a press call, and they're doing what's called a prebuttal to our town hall right now.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah? And I want to
Get better ratings, I promise. Better ratings, I promise. Better ratings, I promise. Better ratings, I promise.